Well, hello everybody. We are back again for another of our wonderful sessions into the wonderful post-apocalyptic world of Western Maryland. A place that many say has already been hit. I can speak clearly and firmly because I currently am there. But here we go. This is group number 4. And before we get into it, though, I want you to meet this group. This group is very different than the other groups. They're going to survive. I've heard it already. There's a plan in place, everyone. The apocalypse is solved. It's all figured out. Let's jump around and talk to everybody. Let's start with Katie. Katie, how are you doing today? And are you ready for the zombie apocalypse?
I'm doing great. And even though I have said many times that I volunteered to die first, I've been told I'm not allowed to die. So we're gonna see how that works out.
Good. You know what? And if you have to die, just don't be first, right? And that's the I mean, just you don't want to have that.
Or be the martyr that they all look up to after you die.
That's right. And you know what? Paul, who was in our last session, rip Paul. But Paul said that if I'm going down, it's going to be the most epic death ever. And so far, I'm pretty sure he has he's sitting on the gold medal stand right now. So if you're going to go out, I mean, you can always shoot for the best. Paul's got the record. But right now, let's cut down to Charlie. Charlie, how are you? And I know you've already figured out the apocalypse, so this should be a pretty smooth couple hours.
Yeah, I mean, just F the apocalypse. I have the best team. We're in the best vehicle. We're ready to go. If anyone's going to die first, it's going to be me, but I'm going to take everyone with me. So our big plan is don't get punched. Then the plan's going to stay together and we're going to be great. I'm so ready. I'm so hyped. I'm very caffeinated.
Great. Now, I don't know if anybody did I hear something in there that said, if we're going to go out, I'm taking everyone with me? Does that quantify? It didn't say taking all the zombies. Okay, I'm just...
Yeah, I got a little worried.
Right.
This is motivation for my team. All right.
The motivation is this: keep me alive, or I will kill you all. So far the plan's working out great, everybody. Let's go over to Emma. Emma, how are you doing today? And zombie apocalypse, one parent to another, been there, done that, right?
Yeah, it's every day at the races. It's like just yesterday we had a 25-minute nap and a 40-minute tantrum. This is nothing. It's totally fine. So yes, I'm so excited to be here. I am dressed up like 16-year-old Emma because that's the last time I felt like the world was well and truly fucked. And this is the way I dressed when I did that. I'm very excited. Charlie stole my answer because if I'm going out, then everybody is. It's true. This is we should just have a big old suicide pact.
Simpatico.
Right?
We are a unit. We are one. Screw everyone else. This team is gonna win.
It's true. It's true, or at least I will.
But I have to interject something though. I was listening to this plan before we went live, and at no point in the plan was there I'm going to kill you all if you don't help me. So these are additions that are made on the live.
We discussed this for like 4 hours last night. We know.
We know. God. You have 17,000 new notifications. Okay, so let's go over to the final member of our party. Kat, how are you doing today? And are you ready for the zombie apocalypse?
I'm ready. I have caffeine. I have a 120-pound St. Bernard who has decided that they're going to lean against my chair the whole time, providing moral support. The Mastiff is ruining at somebody down the street. And I have my may or may not be legal in some states first aid kit. So yeah, let's do this.
Great. And that is a great segue for me. Anybody else that's watched some of the other sessions, the beauty about what we're doing here with the Outbreak Undead system by Hunters Entertainment, made popular on the We're Alive Frontier show over on Alpha with Ivan Van Norman. You're in this particular system, you have the option of taking a 40-question personality test. And I'll go ahead and put that in chat for anybody that is interested in taking it. This 40-point personality test, once you have taken it, if you're honest, it'll give you 4 scores. strength, perception, empathy, and willpower. Those 4 scores are all you need to plug into a character sheet, and you are given all of the skills that you yourself, ability-wise, would possess in the zombie apocalypse. So the best thing about this is not only are we playing in the zombie apocalypse, everyone's playing themselves in the zombie apocalypse. Interesting turn. The cool thing about that is, with this particular group, Kat is actually a medic. And so for the first time, a group has somebody in their circle, in their vehicle, that has perhaps the greatest power left in the apocalypse, the ability to keep people alive. So with that being said, and this essentially superpower in play, we are going to begin this session of Outbreak Undead. As I begin each session, I will begin this one by telling you all what's happened and why are we here. So everybody sit back, pour perhaps your last drink as we go into the apocalypse. Welcome to Outbreak Undead Session 4, Spirit in the Sky. It happened almost 9 months ago. People started getting sick. A global pandemic was declared. Those not exhibiting symptoms were quarantined from the vast majority that were. These preservation pods, as they became known, were federal or state government facilities. Most were military or public safety in nature, National Guard centers, police barracks. For over 6 months, the pods ran throughout the country. But then the food ran out. Reports from the outside were vague at best. Radio and television reported for a while, but quickly reverted to looped warnings and suggestions. The internet, it lasted a bit longer, but the information was so unreliable, it was impossible to tell what was fact, if anything, and what was fiction. The rumors were flying. The sickness was man-made, a terrorist attack. The whole world was infected. A meteor had passed too close to the Earth, bringing some form of radiation. That's what was making the people sick. No. It was a super strain of influenza caused by antibiotic overuse. On and on and on. But finally, everything went dark. But the last bit of information to reach the pods came on one day, nearly 2 months ago. The information was as follows. Many infected with the sickness died, perhaps as many as 90%. However, this 90% did not stay dead. Soon after passing, the corpse would reanimate, and as the zombie movies had led us to believe, they became mindless, aggressive, and hungry. Now, as for the other 10%, the ones they are calling the infected, they did not die. Quite the contrary. These beings exhibited evolved senses, speed, strength, and savagery. They hunt in packs but do not seem to be able to communicate in the traditional sense. Finally, the last bit of information. Washington, Baltimore, Philly, and New York had been able to push back the dead and infected, but at great cost. The area now known as the Mega can provide the living inside and support them with food and supplies, but as of now, it cannot advance its line. To anyone hearing this message, help is not coming. The dead and infected outnumber you 80-1. You must find your own way to the Mega. We are waiting for you. Now, group, as for your pod, you were remote enough to have not experienced anything more than a few zombies at the fences, and the soldiers assigned to you had put them down with little trouble. None of these super zombies, none of these infected had been sighted. The soldiers believed, though, that these normal zombies relied more on sound than either sight or smell, though they did believe their smell was augmented. With supplies at critical levels, those in charge of the pod proposed an escape to the Mega. Several convoys consisting of 4 to 6 vehicles each would make this trek, taking different routes. For safety's sake, each vehicle would travel 45 to 60 minutes apart from one another. If any vehicle experienced trouble, protocol obligated them to fire a flare into the air, so the trailing vehicles could be warned and reroute if necessary. Your vehicle, a throwback to the confidence of the 1980s, a pristine 1980 Chevy Starcraft van, hums east down Interstate 68 toward the Mega. A road sign says Garrett, Maryland is less than a mile away. There are abandoned cars on the road, but they are spread out and easily avoided. You do not see a 1972 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. You do not see a 1978 Ford Bronco, and nor do you see a 1984 Dodge Ram. All the vehicles that presumably preceded you down this very road. So far, you haven't encountered any hostiles. You are vehicle number 4 in the convoy. Welcome to the apocalypse. Good luck. And as you all are sitting there, and as you all proceed towards this town of Garrett, Maryland, the sky is clear of storm and clear of... I was going to say it was clear of a flare. But there, off to the right, one last firework to the United States of America. A red magnesium flare zips into the air. And as we drill down with the camera into our StarCraft van, I would like everyone to tell me where you are seated and who is driving. And before that, I'll let you know there is a driver, a shotgun passenger, one seat in the second row behind the driver, and then a bench seat in the far back, right and left, passenger and driver. Welcome to the apocalypse. Who's riding where?
I believe I'm the driver. That's what we decided.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be in the jump seat. I'll take jump seat with the medical kit.
Okay.
I'll be in the back bench. Left or right, not really picky, doesn't matter where Charlie wants to sit.
I'll sit next to Katie. We'll leave the middle open, and that's where our extra supplies stuff is, so it's not all around our feet.
Okay, so the middle is left open. Nobody in that seat. And we'll keep supplies, as you're saying there. And in the back, who's passenger side rear and who's driver side rear again?
Do you have a preference, Charlie?
I don't mind.
I'll be passenger rear.
I'll be behind Emma. At the back.
Nobody's riding shotgun?
Oh, you mean you're in that middle seat?
No, yeah, I'm taking the middle jump seat. The one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I decided to go ahead and take the jump seat behind the driver.
Okay.
At which point, yeah, I'll ride shotgun then, because then I won't get travel sick.
Okay, of course. I mean, God forbid.
Like,
Yeah.
it's the apocalypse. I can't be getting sick while, crazy stuff's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And give me 1 second. We just had a donation come in.
Oh no.
Everyone gets some armor, and everyone gets an advantage. As thank you very much, Mal. As we have our
Mal.
first, our first blessing. So here's how we're going to narratively explain this. You guys are running about 20 minutes late, and the only reason why you're running about 20 minutes late is as you were driving, the lights of the van, or when the sun was still out, you caught a glint off the road and decided to investigate. And because this is a donation, nothing bad happened. In fact, as you were able to go down, you realized it was a police car. And as you looked into the police car, you found not bodies, but you did in fact find 4 heavy flak jackets with leather-armed sleeves on them. So you are able to strap and Velcro those into place. We are not working with encumbrance rules, but what they will do is they will add 2 to whatever your current damage threshold is. So you are now laced with some armor, and you have advantage. So if there's anything that you would like to roll twice, please make sure you use that very, very powerful tool. And so as we have...
Before we roll, or after we've seen the first roll?
Yeah, we're going to... This is so tough. I will allow you to use the advantage after you roll.
Okay.
So this normally no, but yeah, this one I'm gonna give it to you. Okay, so with advantage, and let's see. So far we have driver Emma, passenger Charlie or shotgun Charlie, behind Emma Kat, and in the way back Katie. Right? Okay. I will let both Kat and Katie know that there are not seat belts in the seats that you have chosen. However, you are surrounded by more of the wonderful American metal that was prominent in the 1980s. And as you all are driving, Emma, without the need for a roll or anything to investigate, Emma and Charlie, you both see the flare as it seems to be it's off to the right, presumably in the town. And as you're driving and maybe slowing, you see, as I explained to other groups, the geometry of nature. It's 10 o'clock at night, so the darkness of the trees gives way to the squares and rectangles of a society lost as you see the darkened town, and for a moment the flare shoots from within it. What do you do?
Cat and Katie, we got a flare.
Wasn't
Coming
that
from
a
town.
Ahead,
good
left,
sign, right? Or
Right.
no, something's gone wrong.
to the right.
Right. In
Is
the
there a way
town.
we can go left?
Is it just the road's just going one way right now?
Currently you are going straight from west to east. This flare would have come from the south, and as you're approaching, kind of continuing, you realize you're going to pass above it or pass to the north of it. Also, as you go this way, you don't see any kind of crisscrossing interstates that are traveling in the opposite directions or the other point compass directions. You do see that there is a notification for an exit coming up that presumably would have led people off or allowed them to exit at Garrett. You're not close enough, and this is when I will ask Emma, do you have your lights on?
Probably not. No.
Waste a good battery.
Yeah. I don't want to be any more visible.
Mm-hmm.
Clear skies. Your eyes have adapted.
Yep.
Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. And also, Mal, who is the benefactor from maybe the gods that have not abandoned the apocalypse, everyone gets a crit success. So, as everyone is here, you all have advantage and an automatic success. So, if you want to kind of make that easier on you, add to your competency points.
What
can
I
just-
imagine happened, Greg, was like, you know, they have those beat up radios in the front. I imagine for some reason ours just like short circuited. We just hear this voice coming through, and it's like Mao, and he's giving us like a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of like driving hope.
Yeah. Mal, for a moment, you hear it kind of come through, and you realize you think it's a recording from a radio station or maybe just a looped response, but it's actually the song "Spirit in the Sky." And
I was
it's
just
being-
thinking Spirit in the Sky starts playing.
Yeah, it's being strummed by a guitar and a very living voice, and the soothing nature of the voice itself comes through for a brief 15 seconds or so, and all of you think there is a chance somebody made it. That sound is somebody, and perhaps the Spirit in the Sky themselves giving you a little bit of inspiration. So, with that crit success and the advantage in your pocket and the armor on your backs, what will you do?
I'd like to start by complaining that song is going to be in my head for the rest of the apocalypse, and I'm fairly sure death is preferable. But
I like
onwards.
that song. It's a good song.
I had Charlie earplugs to hear, just because the fuzz guitar.
Pat, that doesn't stop. It's already in my head. And you're all going to be listening to me sing the 3 lines of it that I know over and over.
I'll pick up the
Just-
rest.
Just hum it. It'll be fine. Are we gonna follow this flare, or
I think
That
we
was
need
the
to
danger
avoid
thing.
that flare. Yeah,
I-
we
That
think.
was-
We do the opposite. They're done for.
We
Yeah.
got 2 cars behind us. Let's just hope they see it too.
Now,
Or not. Let's hope
do we-
that they don't. May slow the stuff down.
the question is how many flares do we have with us? Just the one, or do we have more flares?
Just one. And
All
the
right.
rule is you are only to fire the flare off if your vehicle is in trouble. The question was brought up by the group. Well, if we see one, do we kind of send it down the chain? And
Yeah,
it was
that's the question.
voted. It was voted no, because this is to kind of keep everybody aware of how far away the danger is. Instead of creeping it forward, one person could fire something off if they wrecked, and if they waste all your flares, then true danger maybe wouldn't be able to be uncovered. So it's only when your specific vehicle is in trouble.
So we're not gonna check on them or, try to.
No,
If they have things left over, we could grab supplies.
we've got what we need. Our responsibility is the people behind us.
Yep. We
We-
won't
we
need them if we get where we're going.
And
Yeah.
we don't know what got them. Like, we've got everything right here that anyone in Apocalypse is going to want. We don't want to just deliver that like a pizza truck.
If something was bad enough that they set off their flare, that's trouble. That's trouble we need to avoid.
That makes sense. Let's go.
I'll let everybody know that there was another donation.
Uh-oh.
Continue.
Oh,
The worst
no.
kind of donation.
At this point, I think I'm going to say, Kat, you got some of that medicinal whiskey. We can have a sip for all our fallen comrades as we veer in the opposite direction.
Yep. We'll pour one out, and I'll kind of little Dixie cups I found stashed in the back of the van somewhere.
Okay.
I'll pour out a Dixie
Yep.
cup and hand them out.
As the
Okay.
driver, I will pass for now.
I will say this.
I'll
You
drink yours
have
for you.
I was going to say, you have 2 Dixie cups and 2 solo cups. Who gets what? As you're pouring
I'll
out the
pass
whiskey.
because I don't
Which
drink
is
whiskey.
smaller. Yeah, I was like, I didn't really drink whiskey, but which is smaller?
I'm just gonna take a Dixie cup, but
Yeah, Kat, you know that like we barely drink, so just pull like the tiniest bit in as like a token gesture.
Yep. everybody gets a splash.
Maybe
And
if
I'll
we
put-
find some rum along the way, I'll join, but no whiskey for me. No, thank you.
I'll put Emma's in the cup holder. Just ready for
Yep.
when she.
Thank you. For later.
And thank you
We'll get
everybody
her
for
covered.
the subs, follows, and fantastic donations. And like I said, I'm going to ask now. You have had your splash of whiskey, some of you. You have the ability to continue along the road in which you had already traveled, heading further east towards the Mega on I-68. You have the ability to get off and go in towards the flare, which would be a southerly direction into the town of Garrett. You also have the ability to get off at Garrett, but instead head in the opposite direction, which would be north along a country road. Up to you. Just let me know.
I think we keep going.
I vote north, away from trouble. We don't.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah, we
drove
can
them
flip
south.
around.
Country
Yeah.
road, maybe, it'll lead us
Country road
home.
Country road should be quieter, but and it might be narrower, but it's an American country road, so it's still going to be like 6 miles wide. We'll be fine.
It'll be fine. I mean,
Away from people, because this truck
Away
is
from
running,
people.
and that's pretty fucking valuable right now.
The only
Yeah.
difficulty with the country road is on the interstate, you've got that shoulder that you can pull off on. This thing is not built for off-road. We can't guarantee that we'll have a shoulder on that country road.
Yeah, but on an interstate, you're still on the same road, and there's a metal barrier. We're still locked in if we stay on the interstate.
You are now at the exit, Emma.
I'm not
Okay.
going to Garrett.
All right, let's keep going then.
Okay, so as you continue forward, heading east towards the Mega, towards the megalopolis that was created and you heard, ranging from Washington to Philly to Baltimore to New York, you judge that you're probably about 2.5, 3 hours away at current speeds. With the lights off, and as you are traveling, you are able to handle a pretty good clip, Emma, as you're going. You, like I said before, there are abandoned cars along 68, but they're spread out, maybe one every half, 3/4 mile, easily able to get in the other lane and make it around. You see no indications of zombies. You see no indications of any type of undead that have kind of filtered onto the road. However, as you are driving, everyone roll a spot listen check for me. as you're all doing that, I'll let you all know too, you have a second advantage that is in play, again, courtesy of the spirit in the sky, and something else that will be coming up very shortly. Emma,
That's not a good thing.
Sorry.
Emma, as you are driving, you are the first one, I believe, and perhaps the only one to. Oh, you rolled 2, Emma. No, you did not spot anything.
Rolled like
Charlie-
19 of them. Sorry.
Oh, okay, no, it's okay. Charlie and Katie, both of you spot, and coincidentally, it's on the side of the van that you're on. As you look out of the passenger side windows, and Katie in the back, you've got like a porthole window. You know, one of those old, on one side it's a star, on this side it's a circle. And as you're looking out, you both see a motorcycle, a dirt bike really, but just for a moment, whether it be a trick of the starlight or the clear sky, there is an almost pristine chainsaw sitting beside it.
Whoa. Emma, pump the brakes. Slow down.
But
Just,
Katie,
just-
it's just a bike.
Why?
no, there's a chainsaw.
We don't need a chainsaw.
What are we gonna do with the chainsaw? We stop?
We're.
Who just leaves
Oh.
a chainsaw at the side of the road?
I mean, that's a way to get out of things. I can actually use a chainsaw.
There's gas in it.
Gas.
If there's gas in it.
I mean, it looks in pretty good condition.
Aesthetically
How-
speaking, if anybody loses a limb, we might need that.
I do love The Evil Dead.
All right, slam the brakes. Someone
what
get ready
actors
to jump out the door. Katie, has Katie got a door next to her, or am I the only one with the door like right next to me on the side?
Beside Cat, there is a large sliding door,
Slide
only
door?
on one side. Yeah, it'll be on the passenger side, like rear shotgun behind the shotgun seat. It's a large kind of opens up and gives you from floor to ceiling opening. It's very much like a cargo bay
At which
bomber
point,
door.
I'll go out because my door's easier to get open.
All right,
If we're
if you
stopping-
want, I don't think we should be slowing down. If you can't
Slow roll.
get back in,
Slow
or we
roll,
go-
Emma.
All right,
Any
so now
nose?
stop.
All right,
no,
you still-
don't stop. Just keep rolling. No gas. Just keep rolling.
Okay.
Grab it and just cut. What about if we open the back door too and you just throw it in? You just jump in the
Alright.
back.
All right.
Yeah, so Cat, open the back door too.
Yep, I'm holding the slider open. No gas. The
Door.
automatic just keeps it
It's on-
rolling.
And
This
you
is
just
the
roll
American
in with it.
Okay,
This is a great
So-
plan.
No, it's
Charlie, you are able
That's
to
fucking plan.
pop your door. The back door, as it's a huge, heavy rolling door as it comes down. And this is one of the doors themselves, doesn't have a window in it. This is almost a solid sheet of metal. And as it's brought back and opens up, revealing Cat in the jump seat in the back, Charlie, you jump out as the van behind you quietly, as quiet as a van of that size can be, and without its lights on, continues to roll. And in front of you, you see the perfect chainsaw.
Grab it. Chuck it through that van door.
Okay, as you go and grab it, I would like everyone, Charlie included, to roll another spot listen for me, please.
Oh no.
I want to use one of my gnats, please.
Okay. You get
I
an
would
auto
like
success?
to use an advantage.
Okay.
Didn't help.
Okay, we had everybody else succeed, though. So, Kat, just from your location, maybe, with both Charlie's door open, that gives Emma a little bit more. But, Charlie, you're away from the vehicle now. You're away to the point where the sounds of nature's reassertion into the earth, with the sounds of crickets and perhaps wildlife cracking through the trees, you're not sure. But as you pick up the chainsaw and turn to move, you hear very distinctly, "It's a girl."
Oh fuck.
At which point, I throw the chainsaw in that fucking direction, and I go in the other direction back to the van.
Okay, so the rest of you, as Katie, you don't hear this so much as when you look, you see along the outside of the barrier 5, 6, 7 shapes move as they kind of cross down from above and on the hill towards the highway.
My eyes are on Charlie through the window, and I just go, Emma, get ready to gun it when she gets back in this van.
I'm already reaching out for Charlie
Okay.
to pull her in.
So what
I've
I
got
would
one
like...
hand on the handle, and I'm reaching for Charlie.
Great. Okay, what I would like here is we are going to... Let's do some rolls.
Yeah, let's
And
do it.
Sure.
Yeah,
the
'cause
rolls that I... the rolls that I would like are as follows. I want a simple hold roll from Kat, and I want a composure roll from Charlie. Charlie, you heard this. Everybody else saw something. They're not real sure what they saw. You heard, it's a girl. And as you turned and started to run, let's see how you see Kat there as you're running and jumping towards the van.
Can I use my advantage on that, please?
Absolutely, sure, yeah, absolutely.
And I'm using one of my crits on the hold roll.
Okay, perfect. Excellent time. So keep ticking away on those things that you have, everybody. Apocalypse honor here to make sure that you're using everything that Mao gave you, the spirit in the sky. And so
Amen.
as you jump, you feel something brush past your hair, Charlie, as in that thick metal door that was previously described, you see a steel-tipped crossbow bolt hit and actually embed into the side of this van. And as Kat grabs you and pulls you in, Kat, as you're looking over Charlie, as you're pulling her in, you see 2 men jump over, one of them refitting a crossbow as they seem to be closing on the van. Emma, however, Charlie's in.
Can I try to slam the door?
I've got a hold of it.
Oh,
I'm slamming it as I'm pulling. And I'm like, go.
Emma, swerve and shut the passenger side door with a swerve.
Okay, so as hold on one second, the spirit in the sky is not done yet. As let's give everybody gets 2 advantages to everyone as you are filled with the spirit in the sky, as this is going to be let's hope your finest hour, as I need a composure roll from Emma, not to keep from crashing, just to keep your wits about you, as there is a group descending.
Can I use my advantage on that?
Sure can.
There you go. This is how we do it.
Okay, so as you whip the car around Emma, you do exactly as Charlie had suggested, and as you take it right and then whip it back to the left, the door swings open and kind of buckles for a second, bang, and then slams shut as you are able to haul ass in an easterly direction. The silent van taking off. Everybody that's looking, I'll give you a freebie. You see all these shapes come out. There's 6, 7, 8 of them as they turn and look in the direction that you guys went. 2 of them start to run on foot, but the others return to from whence they came. And a moment later, you hear, and you see lights start to light up in the woods as the headlamps of dirt bikes come alive.
Oh,
That's it.
no.
We're sticking to our plan. We stop for nothing.
That's right. Go.
Don't get punched.
Don't be Pruitt.
Yes.
Okay, so as you are driving, at this point, are your lights still off, Emma?
Yeah. Yes. They are off.
Okay. Emma,
Can
I am going...
climb into the passenger seat?
Absolutely. This is a completely open vehicle. There's no climbing over seats or anything. There's actually a little space for you to get in between the driver's and passenger seat. You can retake your original position easily enough. As you enter into your position, let us do the following. I would like from I want a spot listen from Emma. And Charlie. Charlie, I'll give you one too.
It's no good.
Okay. So, as you're driving, and Emma, you continue to look into the rearview mirror that goes all the way through. You can see Katie in the back, and she's looking out the back window too, noticing if there's any pursuit. Where are these lights coming from? Your head turns back around just in time to see the fallen evergreen tree that is completely blocking the road. And as you go to hit the brakes, the front of the van goes in, snapping bushes and snapping needles as you hit this pine tree full force. I need a composure roll now from Emma as the front glass shatters on the van.
I'm going to use my nat 20, my crit success on that.
Okay, that's a good idea. As you spend one of the Spirit in the Skies boons, a tapered and then proceedingly thicker pine branch shoots in. Kate, our cat, you actually see this branch come past Emma. All of a sudden, you've got sap and the smell of pine everywhere as the van itself finally hits the trunk of this tree, and you come to an immediate halt. I need balance checks from Katie and Kat in the back. And Charlie, you did not put your seatbelt back on, did you?
I did that. I did the motion.
Did you do the motion? Okay. Okay, I'll give it to you.
Did I not do the motion?
Yes. Click. Charlie knows. Click it, or I will.
Right. Okay, so just
like
from
Emma
Katie and
I
Kat.
did that thing where you throw your arm out like across the person sat next to you when the car like suddenly like bumps and you go no.
And I slid down into that space between the seat and the back of the driver's seat. There's that, where your feet normally go. I'm down in that in the crash position.
You might very well end up there, Kat, but right now everybody roll a.
I'm going to use one of my advantages on that.
Okay.
Oh, thank God I did.
Nice.
I think I'm going to use an advantage as well if this doesn't. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Look at that.
There we go, ladies.
Okay, I will let you that any manner of failure would have advanced your position in the van by one section. If you were in the front, you're going through the windshield. Everybody else would have ended up kind of Clark Griswold style in the section above. But you both, Katie and Kat, you're both able to grab hold of the seats as everything kind of comes to a stop and glass flies back on everybody in the van. But you're able to hold your position even to the point where it doesn't move you. You don't end up on the floor unless you want to. Katie, you're still looking out the back, but as you turn around, you can no longer see your friends because there is a huge branch in the way.
Everybody, stand off.
Good job, Emma.
Everybody alive?
I'm good.
And I'm not talking loudly. I'm like, Charlie, Katie, Emma. Everybody
Yeah,
alive?
I'm good. Emma?
Do you have your pack, Cat?
I do. It's right here. I'm already slipping that thing on over my shoulder.
Okay.
Is the engine still running, Greg, or is the engine
This
cow?
is when a chainsaw would come in handy, everyone.
Katie,
You have it.
don't even with me right now.
This is when we get out and we hide. Do we have lights behind us?
Wow, I would need somebody who is in a position to do so. Anybody in the front, Charlie and Emma, you don't have eyes. You can't clear your way back to the back anymore. Kat or Katie, you could. Katie, you're in the best position to do so. Yeah.
I'll sort of like as much as I can manage turn around and look behind us.
Roll me a spot listen, please.
I don't see anything.
No, you turn around, and just as you turn around, Katie, you get that puff of exhaust as the engine's beginning to really heat. And it just kind of billows back up into the cracks around the back door, and you're just, kind of for a moment, all you see is this bluish smoke that came out of the exhaust.
Guys, we're on foot from now. We got to get out. We got to go.
Yeah, this might be for the best though if they're following us.
I'm already trying to get the door to see if I can slide it open to.
Can we not get the
allow-
van free?
No,
The van
with
is
this
still
branch.
running.
not with this branch through it.
Chainsaw, guys.
Katie. For real. I
there
will
any-
find a way back there.
Is there any way? How stuck am I? Can I like crawl out through the back? Is that,
Yeah,
is that
the very
possible?
back of the van actually opens in like an accordion wardrobe door. So you can
How
actually
thick is this branch?
I mean, at its thickest, it's probably around 10 inches. But,
And
you know, I would
See
just
if we
say
can
this.
snap it.
Kat and Katie, you both look down, and Charlie, you did grab the chainsaw, didn't you?
No, I threw it at the voices.
You threw it the opposite way and then
Definitely what
ran.
I said.
Oh,
I
I
was gonna throw it in the van,
Yep.
then I had the voices, and I
Nice.
decided to throw it at the voices and run.
Okay,
Yep.
so yeah. You could... I'm not going to make any suggestions, but the van's still running.
What happens if I try to reverse?
I don't know.
Do it. Emma, get us out of here. This van, if we can keep it, is going to save us way better than getting on foot.
Okay,
What do I roll?
where's the thinnest part of this branch? Right now, where's the place that I've got my multi-tool out. I'm looking for a place where I can start sawing through and snap this branch.
This is something that's going to require... I mean, you could absolutely do anything like the Shawshank Redemption has taught us with time. That's not a commodity that you currently have. So, Kat, you could probably work through a branch like this. It is soft wood, but, I mean, the entirety of this branch is pretty substantial. So it
Okay.
would be something that would take quite some time.
Yeah.
Let's try and maneuver off of this branch, like, as much as we can. Reverse, sideways
Yeah.
turns.
But then we should
Right.
probably get out of the van and let Emma and just make sure she doesn't hit anything else. I think I'm already crawling out of the back of the van.
Well,
Okay.
I would not want to stay at the back of the van if she's going to be reversing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will announce I'm backing up.
Great. I'm staying where I am.
Get out of the way.
I'm getting out of the way.
Not leaving this fucking van.
I am
Kate-
cracking the door. I'm unlatching the side door so that if Katie needs to get in quick, she can do that.
Okay?
Alright, let's
Kate-
hustle, let's hustle.
Let's go.
Katie, as you jump out the back and as everybody begins to pull the van begins to move slowly as it's kind of the top of the front windshield is hitting the roof and it's dragging this branch as it kind of and it's making not a racket, but a racket inside what is essentially a kettle drum of a van. Katie, however, you're outside, and I would like Emma, Kat, and Charlie to take off their headphones for me, please, as Katie, as soon as you get out of the van, presumably closing the doors behind you with Kat's suggestion that the side door is used for you to get back in, as you jump and like close and close, you're gifted with the revving of the engine, but as you take a couple steps back for safety's sake, you're able to turn back the way that you've come and you see lights. But instead of seeing the constant drive of lights towards you, you see these erratic beams as they are all through the sky, reflecting against the side of the hill, reflecting down into the valley. You hear screams. You see the light go down into the valley as if maybe one of these bikes has been thrown to the river below. And then it's quiet.
I don't like that, Greg.
I'm sorry.
I don't like it.
Everybody put their stuff back in. Everybody put your stuff back in. Everybody put your stuff back in. Okay, everybody back?
So Greg just told you how these guys actually really want to help us out. And they're going to take us
It's
to
great.
Mega, right?
Okay. So as you are backing up, I am going to need just a regular... This is more of a... we're going to go with a... I want a composure check here too. Navigation. Give me a navigation check because navigation also handles any type of vehicular movement. So
Can I
you're
use
back,
my torch to help Emma with this so she can see better?
I'm gonna say no because you
Right
guys
now?
are basic. You guys have a fistful or a face full Christmas tree right now,
Okay.
so lights aren't just gonna help too much. Okay, so Katie, here's what you see. For a moment, as the van begins to back up, it's doing what it needs to be done. But as it's moving, you see that the large trunk of the tree, that now that you're out, the end of it looks cut, angled as if with a chainsaw. And as it's hanging over the road, the movement of the van is pulling the van free, but at the same time, it's pulling the tree. And as it pulls the tree, as this big hunk of American metal continues it along a path that it was already destined to go, just as the van is about halfway off the branch, you see the tree tip like a seesaw and slip and slide down towards the river. Emma, you feel the wheel jerk completely out of your hands as your vision shifts. You hear the screeching of wheels that are not turned in that direction as they skip and slide to the left as the van begins to tilt. Kat, in the back, you feel it drop about 30 degrees one way as all of a sudden your back is now resting on the left-hand side wall. Charlie, you feel yourself being pulled towards Emma's position. Katie, you're watching your friends go over a cliff. We're going to have our first intention round here, everybody, as I am going to ask everyone what they want to do, and then we're going to roll speed dice to see who does it in what order. So, Katie, as you are bearing witness to this roller coaster from hell, I'm going to ask you, what would you like to do when given your moment to do something?
Can I just walk away?
Can you quit? Yes, you can roll to quit.
No. I think I'm going. How close am I to the van still? Like, because I know Kat said she opened the door. Would it be feasible to say that I'm like that I could try to jump in or like at least reach in to try to help someone out?
Absolutely. If you want to just reach in, I mean, Kat would be your best bet as far as being able to reach in and get somebody. I would also say you have the option of trying to get Charlie's door open. I'll even give you this one, Katie. If you would like to roll 3 speed dice, you can reach in for Kat and open Charlie's door. You can't help Charlie out, but you can get her door open.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that one.
Okay, so that'll be 3 speed dice when ready. You're going to be reaching for Kat, and you're going to be opening Charlie's door. Which leads me inside the van to Kat. Kat, is there anything you're going to be doing in these moments?
Yeah, it's tipping towards my open door or away from my open door?
Away from the open door. In fact, you see the open door starting to take a bit of a skyward view. And so as it's going back, you actually see Katie starting to disappear as the floor of the van is coming up.
All right, because I was holding on to that door ready to jam it open. So I am already trying to reach and pull myself out of it. And looking back at Katie and Emma, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
Okay. And as mentioned...
And grab the flare gun.
Oh, okay.
I think I put the flare gun on me as part of my pack, as co-pilot.
Grab flare gun. Somebody. Okay. All right. We have that set up. Charlie, what are you doing?
I am gonna just reach down to that center console next to me, and I'm gonna pop both my seatbelt and Emma's seatbelt, and I'm gonna look to my door because I want to go out that way.
Okay.
But first things first is getting the seatbelts off.
Okay, I will allow you to pop both Emma's seatbelt, your own seatbelt, and jump out, but you are going to have to roll 3 speed dice.
Okay.
That means you have it. The higher the number that you get, the further in the order you go. Lower numbers go first, higher numbers go later. So, also I will say we are using D6s for speed dice. When a 6 is rolled, it's counted as a 5, and it explodes and re-rolls again. And if you roll another 6, it explodes and re-rolls again. You could conceivably get 100, which, is not good. Fixing my... Oh, no, I was not at your house fixing a garbage disposal, but if you need some help, I'll give it my best shot. As if you want to do that, it's 3 speed dice, Charlie. If you just want to get yourself out and get out, that's just 2. So
No, I'm getting Emma out.
okay, so that's 3.
I need my ruthless queen with me.
Emma,
We're
what
all
would you
getting
like to
out
do?
here.
Emma, you still have a branch between you and Charlie's door. Your door is quickly becoming ground. So if you were to jump out your door, the possibility is very strong that you get smushed.
Do not get smushed,
I
Emma.
guess I won't do that one then. Yeah, I guess I'll have to get over the branch. There's an AK-47 on the floor that I would really like to have. And I believe there's also a bat up there, right? Because
Yep.
I wanted it
On your dashboard, just...
on the dashboard, a Louisville Slugger. I'm going to take the bat. And I don't know if I can take the big old AK at the same time.
I will allow you to get both of them. You will just have to roll 3 speed dice.
Okay.
Okay, team.
Okay.
Don't forget, team, we have competency points. They are effectively crits. I think we've got
Yes.
like 4 of them each.
Yep.
Okay, so
And
here's...
we haven't used your nat 20s yet. We still have those 2.
Here is what I will tell you. I am going to... There are 4 of you. I am going to roll a D4 plus 1. Okay? So whoever goes first will act before the van and the tree. If I roll a 2, 3, 4, or 5, that is the position, regardless of speed dice, that the action of the van will occur. So, in the order, that's how we're going to do it. Everybody, roll your speed dice, and let's see what you have.
So we just hit the blue 3 times.
Correct.
Oh. That's not good.
Okay, so... Katie will go with that first speed... Whoa, we'll go with the first
I had to
speed-
roll 3, remember?
No. You just roll 3 speed dice once. So when it asks...
It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing, Charlie.
Yep, sorry
I'll
about
reroll.
that. Yeah, it should just give you an indicator. It should already be set to 2. You can just set it to 3, and then tell me what your final rolls are, everybody. Kat, I saw yours.
Yeah.
Mine rolled 4 for some reason.
12.
Oh, I had an explosion.
Okay, so as it looks right now, among the survivors, it's going to be Emma acting first. So Emma, you're going to be able to do something before anything else happens. Katie, you're going to be acting second. And then we have Charlie, who's going to be acting third. Kat is going to be acting fourth. So I'm now going to roll the 1d4 plus 1. 5. So that means everyone's going to act before the van does. So let's go right into it. Emma, you're able to grab both of the things, and as you are climbing, you see Charlie is still like fumbling with her. She unclicks you, but then she's fumbling with her seatbelt. You can get over her, but as things are going in this order, you now have to stop as the door is closed. It has not been opened yet by Katie. I will allow you to open it and basically free Katie up to do something else if that's what you'd like to do.
Yes, that is exactly what I want to do.
Okay, so as you kind of climb over Charlie, you open the door and you're able to pull yourself free as Charlie is working on hers with the second move, Katie, you see the door explode open as Emma rolls out with a bat and an AK-47. Charlie's inside working on her seatbelt. You see Kat, just as Kat's ready to climb out, you see her slip. As she slips and begins to slide back into the now elevating van. And as you reach in, you're almost reaching down a slide to get her now, as the floor of the van is starting to lift like under your armpit. I'm going to need the following roll. I would like a hold roll from both Kat and Katie.
Allow me to mute myself when my phone rings.
I would like to use an advantage on this. No, never mind.
I'm going to use one of my advantages.
Okay. So here's how we're going to play this. As 3 successes were made, but we also had 5 degrees of failure. Because it's a joint action, that's 2 degrees of failure. Actually, Katie, you use an advantage, so 0-0. We're going to say that the successes are there. And Katie, as you reach in, you grab hold of Kat and it slips, and you feel her arm give way, and you reach in again just as you're going up on your toes as the van is lifting. You grab her by the sleeve, and the two of you hold on to this new armor that was given to you by the Spirit in the Sky, and the van begins to pull away. But as it drops down the hill, you have Kat as she is pulled free from the inside. Charlie, it is up to you as you are getting out. All I need from you is, since you are now essentially the last person in the van's giving way, and you have Emma out there. I need you to make a composure check just to be able to. It's just stepping out of the van. It should be easy.
And just for clarification, the flare gun is strapped to me because I was in co-pilot seat.
Sure. Yeah, you have it.
That was not good. Do I have another advantage? I've used 1.
Yes. You should have all had ultimately 3 altogether.
2 fails.
Okay. Emma, as you turn and climb out and kind of spin around, you see her drawn away as Katie is pulling out Kat, and you see as the van goes over the edge, you see Kat all of a sudden appear off the slide as Katie has a hold of her. They both go down into a heap on the road, and as you turn back around, you watch as Charlie, you see her reaching for the air as the seatbelt grips, and you see her roll off as the van, boom, 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 and you guys hear it moving down, and then a splash, and the van's engine dies.
I'm going down the slide. I'm following that van down into the river. 1, because it's going to be the clearest path. It's going to be harder for those bikes to go off-road and follow us if we're taking the river. And 2, I'm getting Charlie. So
And the supplies.
I'm already.
Get the supplies.
Yeah,
I'm already.
I'm following Kat.
I've got the pack across my shoulder, and around my back, and I am on my way down the hill. How steep is it?
It's pretty steep. It's going to require a roll.
I'm doing the butt slide down. I'm not even going to try and run down this thing. I'm down on my butt and my heels, and I'm just letting myself slide down it. I'm trying to just control that slide, not trying to stay on my feet.
Okay. Mal, the Spirit in the Sky, has to leave us. Thank you very much, my friend. You have given this group everything that they could possibly need. They've got the best chance.
From this point on, if we fuck up, it's on us.
Fuck up more, you mean?
So as it rolls down into the water, and Kat, as you go to ride it down, here's where the other donation comes in. Kat, as you start sliding down, kind of breaking through the underbrush and the pine needles along the side, it's very steep. I'm going to ask you to make a balance check in a moment, so be ready for that. Okay. Katie and Emma, as you're standing there and as everything's settling and the shock and the adrenaline's pumping through your bodies, each of you roll a spot listen for me, and I'm giving you advantage with this one. as one, as if anything could drag your gaze from the sight of the van that had rolled over the edge, taking with it your friend, you hear a... And as you turn and look down the road, you see a herd. 5, as they come out of the darkness, 10, 15, 20 of these shambling dead as they move, seemingly brought forth from this roar of the engine as it tried to escape the tree, and now focused on not only the two of you, but the descending van, which is directly between them and you, and they seem to all be moving towards it. They are closing very quickly. We have another intention round, everybody. So I need to know what you all would like to do before we roll some speed dice.
I'm continuing on my slide. I'm using, like I said, I'm on my butt and my heels. I'm using my hands to kind of steer myself. I've slid down plenty of sand dunes. And I'm heading for the van for Charlie.
Okay,
My
so
intent is
Kat,
to pull her out.
you begin to slide down. We will make a roll when it is your turn to see if you can if you're sliding the hill or the hill's going to slide you.
Right.
Emma, what do you want to do? These creatures are coming, and they are so very hungry.
Is there like a wooded area nearby at all?
On the side opposite of the river is a sheer cliff. It could conceivably be climbed. It couldn't be like hiked up. On the side that the van disappeared, it heads straight down a very continuation of the same cliff into a river. This is a valley.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go down the hill as well. I think shamblers might have bad balance and not be able to do that very well.
Okay. Down the hill.
I'm also going to strap on my AK and make sure I've got my bat at the ready if I need it.
Okay, so the AK is slung and the bat is being wielded. Charlie, we'll get to you in a moment. Katie, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I think my plan was already to butt slide down this hill to get to the water, so that's what I'm going to continue doing.
Okay. In fact, let's cut down for a second as everything comes to rest. And Charlie, you feel the van die under you as you are coming to. You are going to take from the fall 1 point of damage, as the seatbelt was able to keep you pretty much removed from all of this. This is damage, by the way, that supersedes your armor, as it is bludgeoning and hits your head and whatnot. So as you come to a rest, your arms are dangling above your head, as the van itself must be resting on its roof. Everything that was pleasant about a journey through the apocalypse, wrappers, foodstuffs, are now spread about the cabin of the van. The van itself dies, its engine creeps out, and for just a moment, as the radio itself goes, you hear a few words of spirit in the sky, and then it too is gone. And as you're hanging there, I will allow you to do one thing, and that's free yourself, which is another composure roll.
I want to do this without injuring myself, so I want to use a competency point, please, to just get me the fuck out of here without doing more damage.
Absolutely. And so here's what we're going to do, everyone. We're going to roll ourselves some more speed dice. This time, though, everything that you all are doing requires only... it's 2 for Charlie, 1 for everybody else, as you're just taking off. You're not doing any type of complex motion. And we'll have the zombies roll some speed dice as well to see where they show up.
You said 2 speed dice for me, correct, Greg?
Correct. Normal is 2, and you'll be rolling 2, yeah.
We're just rolling 1 or 2 speed dice, sorry. There's a motorcycle revving up, so it's really in the theme right now.
Is it? Okay. Everybody that's not Charlie, so the rest of you all roll 1. You're just running and kind of jumping down the hill. It's just an escape movement. It's only 1 speed die. Charlie rolls 2. The zombies roll 2.
I have a question. What are we actually wanting to roll on these dice?
Low.
Is like high good or low good? Low's good. Okay.
Yep. That's why if you get more, it's bad.
Okay. Gotcha. And I'll mark off that competency point as well.
Emma, that 22, that's the current one, right?
Yeah, it's weird. Like I rolled 1 speed die.
She exploded
and
2
it
sixes.
exploded.
Exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it exploded. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's going to
Nice
happen.
going.
So what we're going to do is, Kat, you are first as you are going to slide down. Please make me that balance check as we go back to... And let's see, who's next? Is it Katie's next? Wow, 1, and then
Yeah.
Katie 2, and then Charlie 3. Or is it... No, Charlie's 4, Emma's 5, the zombies are 3. Okay, Kat. All right, as you roll down with that balance, Kat, you start to slide down on your butt, keeping your arms out. And just as you start to slide down, I mean, you're picking up wounds as you're just getting like your leg cut as you hit a rock. This is not a smooth process by any stretch of the imagination. But as you're sliding, your boot heel catches something. You're not sure exactly what it is. But as it catches, it flips you forward and you go off and start tumbling down the hill. And when you hit the water, you take 3 damage as you smash into the water. I will allow you to reduce that to 1, but it will effectively ruin the armor that you just found. Or you can take the 3.
I'll take the 3.
Okay. So as 3 drops down, and yeah, we'll see what happens when Charlie jumps back in. No problemos. Charlie would go next, but luckily, or she, whenever it hits her turn, we'll just have her roll whenever she comes in, as she's already down the hill. Katie, same thing for you. Balance check. As you run and jump down, you see a flipping cat hit the water pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm going to use a competency point to make sure that I get down there unharmed, because I've just witnessed that happen.
Okay. So
Or
as
my nat 20 I got, I guess.
Okay. So as you are able to go down, you begin to kind of slide. You see what caught Kat, and you're able to kind of negotiate around it as you slide past and make your way all the way down. The water rushes up to about a little over your ankles as you step into the water, as Kat's laying there dazed. And this is both of you, your first vision of the van resting on its roof. And as it's come to rest, the branch pulled free of the process, you can see Charlie hanging upside down.
Get her out.
And now we're going to cut to the zombies, as you all have done your move for this round. Emma, you see your friends dive over the side, and as you go to take distance, several of the zombies that seem to be more athletically inclined shamble through, knocking over a couple of the others. Their stiff-legged gait as they come forward, and they just rush you. And as these 2 get close, you realize there is no way you're going to be able to get away from them before they're on top of you. And so as these 2 move to attack, you are engaged. They are both going to take an attack action against you. You have your bat out, or I will allow you to pull out the AK and light them up if you want. The AK gives you 3 automatic successes, but you could burn through your ammo pretty darn quick. I will give you either of those options as we skip down. You think about it, and we'll come back to you in a second. Charlie, I need a composure roll as you are putting yourself together, hung upside down, and you're using
I just had to composure roll because all that caffeine hit my bladder and the stress so much. That's 1 failure.
Okay. Yeah, what we're going to say is...
how many advantages we have.
Well, what we're going to say is one failure is not bad. It just takes a little bit longer to do. So for
Okay.
a moment, you're trying to make sure you lowered yourself down correctly. You open it up, and you do. You don't hurt yourself at all as you lower yourself down. The water's rushing over the now inside roof of the van. And as you hit and look up, you see Katie pulling Kat up, as Kat seems to be a little worse for wear as well. And you hear something happen up top, but now we're going to go up to find out what it is you exactly hear. As I ask Emma, what are you going to do? These two are on you.
Gonna light him up.
Take
Okay.
him out, Queen.
Yep.
Okay, so that means you automatically have 3 successes. You have to do nothing more. You can add to those successes with competency points if you would like to. But let's first see what the zombies do, as they are going to launch their own attacks against you. Okay, so you beat them by 2 regardless. Their best one was 1 success. And so as you open up, I would like you to roll 4 damage die as you guys, Charlie, as you hit the water and look up, there is a flash of fire as you guys hear the as Emma opens up at the top of the hill. Okay, was that 4 dice that you rolled?
Yeah, I did. Damage dice 4. Click the red button.
Okay, so as you open, you're able to drive them back a little bit from you as you begin to fire. And what I will say is this, with a balance check, you're able to kind of fire and then turn and leap off in the direction of your friends. I'll need that balance roll, though.
I'm using one of my competencies to do that because balance is not my strong suit.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
I messed up the overlay, by the way.
It's all right. Everybody knows who everybody is. We'll switch it out at the end when I get a chance. So whenever you're sliding down, Emma, as you hit this area and slide down, the thing that caught Kat's foot comes by too, but for a moment you're on 2 feet, almost like you're surfing down this hill. And as you surf, you kind of skip over it for a moment as everyone sees this horde of zombies that only Katie and Emma saw before. They kind of get to the edge and they begin to pitch over, and they are sliding in various states of tumbling down towards you all.
That
You're gonna
only
say-
rolled 1 damage dice. That just has 1d6.
Yes, it
Weird.
does. Go ahead and roll it 3 more times then if it's going to be a stinker.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more like it anyway.
There
So-
we go.
Yeah. So we're going to say that the 2 that were in front of you are not in front of you anymore, nor will they ever be in front of anybody ever again, Emma, as the of the AK-47 blisters and splatters these creatures to points north, south, east, and west. You are all in the water, and I would like you all to roll spot hiddens. These creatures are coming, but they are decidedly slower than you are.
Spot listen, there is.
Okay, so as you all get down here, these creatures are kind of cracking through the brush. Some of them are tumbling down the hill but getting stuck halfway. It seems as if for them to effectively make it down this hill, they would need to have the area cleared for them, as they're not looking for footfalls. They're not looking for elevation changes. They're just looking to eat. And as the rest of you kind of look around standing in this water with your now destroyed van, you look up about 100 yards and you see another vehicle flipped over on its roof. It looks like a Jeep Grand Wagoneer. And as it's sitting there with everybody kind of rolling several successes, you guys realize it was the first vehicle of your convoy. It appears to be abandoned, but there are several shapes down by that vehicle that are moving in a very unnatural way. They're just shambling, and for one moment, once again, as the starlight creeps through here in the dark valley of Garrett, light catches one of the zombies as it turns to regard the new group that has entered, and you see that this zombie has blue hair.
Oh.
Greg! That's so rude.
We need to get the hell out of here.
I just helped Kat get up. Are you okay?
Not really, but we need to get the fuck out of here. I've got the pack across my thing, and I've actually slipped my arm through the strap and pulled it tight to hold that arm up tight against my body. And I'm like, that direction's bad. That direction's bad. That's bad.
I think every direction's bad. We just need to pick one and go with
Let's
it.
get across the river. Let's get across the river.
Can I see that Charlie? I'm sure I can see Emma's okay because she's just taking out all these zombies. Is he Charlie? Are you okay? Can I see that you're okay?
I mean, I guess I look really like muddy and beaten up, and probably definitely like have a nasty like cut that's bleeding on my head where it just kind of
But
bounced
you're out
out.
of the van.
I think I'm out right now, Greg.
What's your name?
You're all
Where
there.
are we headed? I look at Charlie. I said, "What's your name? Where are we headed?"
Away from the zombies. Let's go. Come on.
Fair enough. She's good. Let's go.
I'm gonna help Kat as much as she needs. Not to hinder her, but like just to get her balance on her feet, and then we need to get the fuck out of here.
If there's a branch I could use as like a walking stick or something that they can, I want to grab one, something like that, or ask Katie to help me find something like that real quick. And
I could definitely, if there's something an ability to be used like that, I'll look for something real quick.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that right here, you guys were in a tree a moment ago.
Yeah,
and
there's a copper tree attached to our trucks.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't take but a moment to find someone. It's not ideal length. It's more of a cane than anything else, but it's able to at least take a little bit of the weight and make sure that if there is a dizzy spell or something, Kat won't, just fall over. She'll have at least some protection against that type of situation or that type of effect.
Yeah, could I use it for balance?
Right. You guys are able to go through the river. You're going across the river to the other side, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you're going, keeping an eye on this group that's led by the blue-haired zombie to the east, this group that is continuing to hit the water, they're making it down slowly, but the group of 20, then 18, probably has 2 or 3 at the bottom where you all were. They're slowly getting up, and you can see them kind of anting as they are marching off the sides, then falling and getting stuck, pushing themselves up, falling and rolling, taking each other out. It'd be funny if it wasn't so deadly. They're making it down, but it's taking some time, so you guys can definitely stay ahead of the group that forced Emma and Katie to flee. You guys make it to the other side of the river, but you're met again with that kind of sheer face. There is a sandy beach over here. It seems to extend in both east and west. However, it's narrow. It goes from 5 to 30 to 15, kind of back and forth as the river bends and flows. It doesn't seem to be occupied in any direction, but continuing in the direction that you wanted to go, you just hit the other valley wall. East will take you closer to the Mega, which was your destination to begin with before the van was lost. West takes you back to Garrett.
We gotta go east.
I'm just looking at Emma. Continue east, right? We weren't touching Garrett.
How steep is that wall? How are we going to get out of this valley? Can we climb? Are we talking like a wooded slope, like we just slid down? Or are we talking sheer rock face?
It's a wooded slope. I mean, you could presumably...
we could get up it?
Yeah, you can't walk up it. You're definitely going to be like feet and hands climbing. Yeah, and but as I stated before, east and west, there is a direction to go without having to climb. You just have to stay on this beach that parallels the river.
Let's do that. Let's stay on the beach parallel.
Let's go east as far as we can, and then go up when we have to.
What about the flare, guys? Our
Charlie, fire the flare now.
Fire the flare.
No,
fire it now. Let's go.
Away from us, so maybe it'll...
That's an extra weapon. We're keeping that. We'll fire that in the face of whatever hits us.
We gotta let those people know,
We have to
Charlie.
let them know, Charlie. We need to stick to the plan. That was our
Then
whole
we'll-
thing. We have a
Yep.
plan.
Then the people we're following will know where we are.
Fire it in a different direction. It'll give them a roundabout way to know that we're here. Something happened, but it'll still distract the other ones.
I'll take it out since that's what the group wants, and I'll just fire it up towards the road where we were
Yeah.
before we came down.
Okay. Why don't you
And then
roll
I'm
me?
starting running because fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm hobbling east down the riverbank.
Yep, we're going.
I'm moving as fast as I can.
Okay, let's see.
They've now had 2 flares, so anyone who follows down this fucking direction next time, that's it.
Yeah.
Game over, friends.
Okay,
Go to Garrett.
What-
You might actually be better off.
when it fires off into the air, I want everyone to roll a spot listen check for me. And as you fire it for a second, Charlie, as the hammer hits, you don't think anything's going to happen. But then you hear the as it off into the air. A second firework of magnesium.
Thank God someone succeeded.
As it goes
I'm
off,
really motivated.
right? As it goes off into the night, for a moment, this bright plume of super intense magnesium goes up through the valley, and it takes almost like a train going through a tunnel effect as you see kind of ribbons of light as it grows and then arcs out of the top of the valley, and you can see that from on the road that you were, now that you're kind of removed a bit over to the opposite side, the road all the way back to Garrett, there are hundreds of zombies. And as you look and as you see it creep over the side, you see that all of them turn as one, as if watching some type of hellish tennis match. They watch it go, and they begin to walk towards it.
That's
Bye.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
running.
not standing around watching zombies.
Yeah,
Screw
me neither.
that.
I'm already. I haven't looked at the flare. I'm going east down this riverbank, down this beach.
Yeah, I just like pointed it away. I was just fine. Waste of a very good resource. Goodbye. Run.
It helped though.
Yeah, it helped us real good.
As you all begin to negotiate the beach, you kind of creep farther, and the river itself is 50, 75 yards across at various points. And it seems that even the creatures that were following you for at least a moment watch the flare, as if something that remains in their minds tells them, harkens them back to a childhood spent watching many of these every July 4th. And it's just a tracer or a trail of remembrance as they all bear witness to its flight. And for a moment, as you all kind of creep by this area, you see the zombie with the blue hair watching, perhaps the most intently, at the flare, as if it bears more meaning for that particular creature.
I hate fireworks. Let's go.
You are through the area, you are past the wreck of the other vehicle, you are the farthest east any group has ever achieved. You walk around the bend of the river, you see a building of some kind, and there is a light with a light bulb glowing before a door.
Right, everybody get armed.
Yeah.
Emma, you got the biggest gun. You can take point.
I got a bat. Does anybody need the bat? How much ammo do I have left?
That's a good thing to ask. I would like you to go up to the depletion dice section, and I would like you to roll 3 of those for me, please. The number that you do not want to see is something over 30. Wait, that's rolling 0. So
I just said it rolled 0d6. Okay, let me see.
Yep, click it
Okay.
up by 3, and then it'll...
I did.
There we go.
Okay.
One explosion.
One explosion.
Yay.
So you kind of crack open the banana clip of the AK, as you look and you realize it's still got some heft to it. It's still got some shots left in it. In the light here, now that the flare is gone and presumably you don't want to turn on a flashlight of any kind, you can't count the exact rounds, but you know it'll still work for you.
All right. Somebody else want the bat?
I'll take the bat, unless Katie's got nothing, because I think
I've got a pistol.
Alright,
I
I'll
was gonna
take
say, somebody take the pistol. I've got an arm that's in a sling, and I've got a stick, and that's what I've got at the moment.
I mean, you can fire a gun if push comes to shove, right?
Yeah,
She
push
can
comes
hit
to
people
shove.
with her stick.
Keep the pistol. I'll take the bat.
All right,
Worst comes to worst, I'll come back for it.
I put the pistol in the arm that's tucked into the
The sling?
strap. Yeah, that I've got slung using the strap, and I'm so that it's like pointed to my left. And I'm like, okay, so just stay off my left.
Duly noted.
And I think we need to avoid the building. Is there a way around it?
You can stay on, it's on the opposite side. So you could stay on this side of the river and not get close to it.
Is it just a shack? Like a shack looking kind of building?
It looks
It
as
would
if
look-
it's some type of, the closer you get, it's a very utilitarian type of building, you know, a lot of cement blocks, you know, no refinements, no type of decoration on it. If you had your guess, you would think it's probably some type of utility building, maybe a power substation. Doesn't seem to have a tower though, potentially water treatment. It's right here by the place. It doesn't look like it was something that was maybe even in use at the time of the fall. So it could have been an abandoned building or an unused building even before all this shit happened. However, it does have power.
I've got the river on one side. What's on the other side? That sheer valley wall again?
Yep. You guys have the wall to your immediate, if you're walking east, the wall is to your immediate left. You have a stretch of between 5 and 30 foot of beach, the river, and then the other side where presumably the road that you were knocked off of would continue. And then along this road or accessed by this road is the building upon which you look.
I'm as close to the wall as I can walk conceivably, trying not to. I'm assuming we're wearing all these dark clothes and everything like that. I want to kind of blend into that wall as much as I can, and I'm moving as quickly and quietly as I can, close to that wall, still heading east.
Yeah, ignore that building. That building is not for us.
No.
Unless we see a car, we should ignore them.
Yeah, I've watched enough zombie movies to know that this is a cult or something that's bad. So we should just
It's
keep going
bullshit.
quiet.
Yeah, keep your eyes close to the ground and look at the light. Keep an eye out for obviously vehicle, but
Yep.
keep going, keep moving.
Okay, if you're walking quietly, let's have one of those stealth checks, please.
That's...
I would like.
I think I have an advantage, so. Oh, what? Never mind.
I am using a competency point on this.
Okay. So the competency point, what it'll do is, do you want to do that before you roll? I will allow you
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you use your competency point there, everybody is able to make it through. And as you're kind of creeping beside the building, for a moment, and Katie, that was a 4 degrees of
I'm about to
failure.
use I'm going to use my advantage. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Okay.
I mean, it's just a little bit better, but not much.
Sure. So as you all are getting there, you run parallel to the building, and at this point, you can see that there are several vehicles parked around the back of this building. There are no trucks or cars, but you see quad runners, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes kind of lined up along the back. And as you're all walking and maybe looking over, Katie, your foot touches a rock a bit and some standing water, and here in a valley, it just makes just the slightest bloop as you kind of slip into it for a second. But to everybody else, it sounds as if another shot has gone off. And a second later, twoosh, a huge light appears on the top of the building, as it begins to scan the side of the riverbank that you're on. It's 50 feet to the west, or 50 yards, 45, 40. What would you all like to do as we're going into another intention round? Someone's looking.
I'm hustling.
Okay.
My bad.
Cat.
We'll get all matching tattoos after this and just say "my bad" down our wrists.
Yeah.
My bad.
Okay, Cat, hustling. Emma,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
How far away is this building in my estimation?
As you guys are standing parallel to it, about 50 yards. You think
Shoot
about
out the
lighting it
ball.
up, or you can light it up. I'll give you lighting it up.
You can take out that light?
Shoot out
I
the
was
ball.
thinking about shooting the light. Yeah,
Yes, queen.
Yes, my girl.
that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, if it gets on me, I would like to flip it off and then shoot it out.
Okay.
Yes!
Here's what I'm going to allow, because that's just about as badass as it gets. I am going to allow all of that. And if Emma's willing to do that, the rest of you, if you are moving further east along the beach, only need to roll 1 speed die, Cat included. This is Emma buying you guys time. Not a sacrifice, but this is definitely a buying time for the group, as it's a statement. Is that what you guys want to do?
I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody else is doing that
Worship
hustle.
at the feet of Emma.
Yeah. And I pick up my stick and I'm like, as soon as I hear those shots fire, I'll be flipping them off as well.
Okay, everybody roll speed dice. Emma, you're rolling 2. Everybody else is rolling 1.
Can I use a competency on it?
No.
Oh, thank God that's zombies. Thought that was one of us.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
I just think you should take that first one, Greg.
I should. They have different things built into them. So I normally would have just gone with that roll, but yeah. Okay, so here's how everything works. You all are able to clear yourselves out and make it as far as Emma. You see that the light is eventually going to catch the group. And so now I need you to make your decision as you're weighted back here and you see the light coming. But your action goes in front as Katie, Kat, Charlie are able to make it further east, and you see them kind of disappear around a bit of a bend. And as the light creeps over, it's 15 yards, 10 yards from you. But you see the person that's operating the light. You've got him. But as soon as that light hits, you won't. You can run, or you can shoot.
I was just going to shoot the light, but if there's a person to shoot, sure. Yes, I will do that.
I mean, you see an outline, and somebody is operating what looks like an old prison, like, guard light.
Like a floodlight.
Like a searchlight, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And as it's creeping along the wall, you get the jump on them. You have 3 automatic successes. Are you going for both the light and the person?
Yes.
Then, if you would be so kind as to roll me 4d6
Okay.
of damage.
Damage.
And for walking order, are you happy for it to be Katie, Kat, then me?
I do.
There we go. It's always the second one that works right.
Okay, so is that a total of 13 then that busted out? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, looks like it.
So, the other 3, as you guys go around the corner, and Charlie, as you turn back to see Emma, you see Emma stand as she pulls up the AK-47 just as the column of light illuminates Emma. But just as the light hits her, her light hits the light as you see as the gun goes off, immediately shatters and sends everything into darkness. The artificial searchlight replaced by the belch of fire that's coming out of the AK-47. You hear a surprised and what sounds like somebody hitting Hamburger with a fucking bat as the blistering that goes through both the operator and the operated cause darkness but not silence to reign here through the valley. Emma, for a moment your eyes are adjusting, and I need you to roll me now 6 depletion dice, please. And the number that you rolled before was a 16, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Emma, just as the last shot goes into making that last punch of Hamburger, as the silhouette falls away, mingling with the shattered glass, your AK, click, as it empties with the very last shot that was fired. As the other 3 of you are moving forward, it seems like each of you, without the benefit of a spot listen roll, you hear the gun click empty.
I'm waiting for Emma.
I want to know what the... Yeah, I want to know what the... you guys are waiting for Emma? Everybody waiting?
I am.
I'm moving kind of slow, I think. Weighted down with my pack and injuries. I'm going to continue hustling, knowing that they can catch up with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm hustling. I'm hustling as well. I know that Emma can catch up.
Because that sound's going to pull whatever else may be around. We may have left one group behind. We don't know what else is around. So.
Amen. Keep going, keep going.
Emma, what do you want to do?
I want to throw my AK in the river and run towards my group.
Okay, so the rest of the group that's waiting for Emma, without benefit of a roll, because I want this heard, with the splash of the AK as it hits the water, Emma, you turn to start to run, and you hear, "Well, no one should be throwing away a perfectly good weapon. Not in this day and age, anyway." And it seems to come from everywhere. "What are you doing out here all by yourself? Where are your friends? Did they leave you?"
What do I do? This is creepy. She's probably just going to flip off this person again and say, "Why didn't you say that to my face, motherfucker?"
My. Civility is in fact dead here in the apocalypse or the new world.
Can I see this dude? Because my dark vision's still good and I'm just around a corner.
Everybody roll a... Yeah, you can roll a spot listen for me. I'm going to tell you this, Charlie. You would have to come back around the bend, though, to get a look at this area.
Can I creep it? Can I roll a stealth? See if I can creep
Sure,
it?
you absolutely.
Alright, sweet. I've lost track of advantages and disadvantages and stuff, so...
Okay.
Let's fail. And... spot listen. This is not good.
Okay. I'm going to ask Katie and Kat, what are you two doing at this moment as you see Charlie creep back around the bend? Or peek back around the bend?
I'm...
Hustling! Keep hustling!
Yeah.
I'm hustling.
Yeah. I'm hustling.
There was an agreement we don't stop, so I'm
Yeah.
going.
Part of me wants to stop, and I'm maybe not moving quite as quickly, but I'm still moving.
Okay. So as Kat and Katie move further away from the scene, Charlie, you peek around the corner, but you can't see anything. The light is now out. You kind of see the back. You see how the building's illuminated by that one lone light bulb that you guys had seen before, but it's on the opposite side of the building now from where you are. You kind of see the darkened shapes of the dirt bikes and the forerunners. And as you look, you just don't see anything. And Emma, as you turn around and yell out your declaration, you both hear, let's see. I tell you what, now that there's two of you, I appreciate the fact that you've made it this far in Garrett Valley. I'll let one of you go. Who's it gonna be?
You let her go.
You willing to stay here?
Probably better than what's ahead.
Well, see now, that there is intelligence and logic. You've seen nothing but sorrow. You see a little glimpse of civility, and you grab it. I like you, girl. You, sharpshooter. You may go now.
You sure about this, Charlie?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta fucking run now. Jesus. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, so as Emma runs past you, Charlie, with maybe, a look or a touch as you two kind of share space for one last moment, Charlie, you hear, well, come on now, step forward. Don't creep around the side there. We got a lot to do.
As Emma passes, I give her the bat.
Come on out.
And I'll step out.
As you kind of move to the position that Emma was in when she shot the watchtower, without the need for a roll, you see, almost glowing in the starlight, what appears to be a man in a white suit standing atop the building beside the guard tower.
Am I going to be killed by the guy who runs KFC?
No, he's a colonel. I'm a cardinal. And at this point, you see another figure come up beside him, and the figure says loud enough for you to hear, Charlie, "See, Cardinal? I told you it was a girl." And that's where we're going to end this session of Outbreak Undead.
Oh my god! Charlie!
Like, Emma's a badass. You guys need her.
We're all still alive, you guys.
We did all make it!
That's true.
You did all make it, yeah.
And we got further east than anybody else.
Holy
You
shit.
absolutely did.
Jesus Christ.
God,
Spirit in
I-
the
I-
sky got you farther than your van anyways.
You have no idea how badly I want to hand Emma my pistol and say, go back and shoot Charlie.
Put her out of this misery that's bound to come.
Exactly. Don't let that way. Yeah.
I'm not dead yet. Give me time.
That's true.
Oh,
That's
God.
well.
We fired the
I mean,
flare.
if
We were
anybody's
successful. I'm happy with this.
If anybody's gonna mess them up, it'll be Charlie. She'll end up taking over.
I was
Okay.
once in a death cult.
Right. You guys, everybody's alive. And as far as you know, and I can tell you this for a certainty, no one is infected. You are the first group to be, a couple of you are beaten up, but nobody has a wound they couldn't heal from. And so you messed up my percentages, and I'm so happy for it. Let's go around and talk to everybody and get some outros. We'll start where we began. Katie, how are you doing, and how did you like your time in the apocalypse?
I loved it. The Spice Girls were with us. That was clearly what brought us through this. That was what happened. Girl power.
Girl power.
yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at KatieFace. I am also do the Twitter outreach community, all that good stuff for Off the Table, off_the_table at twitter.com and Twitch. And you can find me there tonight playing the outsider side of Adventures in the Wild Blue, DM'd by Kiana, and Lauren will be there, and it's very, very fun. Lauren is a mess, and I love it. And tomorrow I will be on Power Score RPG playing some Water Deep Dragon Heist, and also playing Dungeon World on Mort's Magical Wares. So yeah, follow me on Twitter.
Fantastic. And everybody, links are in chat. I strongly recommend that you follow all of these wonderful people, because we need wonderful people in our lives nowadays. And when happiness is just a click and a follow away, what are you waiting for? Follow everybody. Let's jump down to Emma. Katie, thank you very much for being here. It's the first time I think you've been on the channel. I appreciate it. I played with you before, but this is the first time you've been here, and I'm so happy.
I enjoyed it. Yeah. You got to not kill me.
I don't try to kill anybody. That's the misconception about me.
That sounds sus there, Greg. That sounds sus.
Okay. Awesome. Let's jump down to the badass sharpshooter herself, Emma. Woo! Got some of that shooting done today.
That was fun. That was one of the more tense games I've ever played, where it's just in the back of your head. You fail things all the time. It's like everything's a bad idea. I shouldn't do anything. I shouldn't do anything ever again. It's great. So much fun. I am the communications director for WebDM. My Twitter is SusieKing85. I play on Starward Bound on the WebDM channel. That is Spelljammer D&D in space. That is the only other thing that I play in, but if you want to talk to WebDM, you will talk to me. So please talk to me. That was so great. It was so refreshing to just play regular people, just trying and often failing to just get by. And Charlie, I can't believe you sacrificed yourself to this creepy southern man.
I know how to handle creepy men. It's fine.
I love that confidence. That's amazing. Thank you so much. It was great.
Awesome. Again, links are in chat, everybody. And if you're watching the overlay, we had a shift in cameras. You know what? Go ahead and follow all of them anyway. That's what you should be doing, because they're all awesome. I will put them all up again at the end. And let's go over to Kat. Kat, your first time on the channel as well.
Yep.
How did you like your time in the zombie apocalypse?
I don't want to do this for real. But that was, if anybody's going to survive, Charlie is going to do it. Charlie's going to make those people suffer. Charlie knows how to home alone. This was amazing. This was awesome. These are some badass ladies in real life as well as in the zombie apocalypse. And wow. And thank you to the Spirit in the Sky for watching over us, helping us survive this far. We're gonna meet up with Charlie again. She'll be all right. She's gonna join us. We'll get this done.
Absolutely.
Tuesday nights you can see me on Madbird's Twitch channel. Play Dina in an all evil campaign called Kier's Lament. Next Saturday, the 20th, I will be in a Call of Cthulhu one shot with Kiana as our DM for Extra Life. So that's going to be at Unmade Gaming. So please come watch, support us. And on the 28th, I don't know what channel, but we'll be doing a Doctor Who one shot.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, I think I'm playing the potato. So we'll see how that goes.
What? You can explain that to me afterwards.
Yeah, I'll explain it to you afterwards. I'm Cleric of Cord on the Twitter. Give me a follow. I'm bouncing around playing D&D all over the place and other tabletop games. Thank you.
Fantastic. And listen, there's no way that I'm going to say that Charlie, oh, she's definitely dead. No. This is just the beginning of a whole kind of one-shot, they made the worst mistake of their fucking lives moment, as they picked Charlie, or Charlie, they accepted Charlie's volunteering, and believe me, that could easily be a one-shot. That is nothing but a like Rambo-esque her eliminating a shitload of hillbillies. I kind of want to see that too. Charlie, how are you doing? And did you enjoy your time in the zombie apocalypse?
I am so excited to finally be here on Greg's channel. I've been watching it for a long time. Project Kronos, Project Athena, loving all of that pulpy Cthulhu gloriness. And it was so great to be here and have Greg bring me that horror and that drama, and us all follow our plan of all getting out, none of us being Pruitt, and Emma being a total badass, Kat being the one who keeps us together, and Katie with those clutch saves. Queen, we'll ignore the splash, all right? That didn't happen.
We recovered.
We were good. So yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry I was over-caffeinated and I screwed up the overlay by having to run away. But I hope the lipstick was at least worth it to make up for that. I had the best time. I'm at Frost for Fire on Twitter. I do a whole bunch of stuff. But next, I'm going to be on Encounter Roleplay at 6 p.m. EST today with the wonderful Jim Davis talking about Warhammer, and we're making orcs. So that's always a fun time. It's a 45-minute casual Friday show. We give away dice. So that's why I'm showing up for as well. And then Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm over on Scratchkiss's channel at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. EST, both of those days. Mondays is Cthulhu, Tuesdays is D&D, and then Wednesdays I play Warhammer on Encounter Roleplay at 4 p.m. And soon I will be here playing Invisible Sun with Greg, with Grant Ellis, with Laugh Love Lindy, who we missed so much today. Damn you, power companies. I fully believe if Lindy had been here, that compound would have been ours. Would have moved in there, would have become queens of this part of Garrett. But, you know, that's who's coming for me. That's who they're going to regret that they let me in, because I'll just open that back door and let Lindy have at it. But yes, thank you so much. Shout out to chat. Thank you for everyone who came to support, who retweeted. Obviously, Mal, major thanks for donations. Catalyst, I'm not sure I'm thanking you, but thank you anyway. And yes, as always, thank you to the cast and to Greg, because this was so much fun and I want to do it again.
Awesome. And yes, absolutely, Mal, the spirit in the sky, thank you very much, my friend, for helping out this fantastic group of players that, as they stated, were true to their word. They were going to, there was an agenda. The agenda was met. They are all alive. Irrefutable. They're all alive. I will also say this for Catalyst. Catalyst activated the zombie horde feature, which makes things very difficult going forward for both cars and groups 5 and 6.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't bother us that much. It's the next two sessions that really have to worry about that.
Right. It's
I just want to quickly apologize for being such a potty mouth as well. The tension was getting to me.
Yeah.
Welcome to the channel,
Sorry,
Charlie.
Have you watched Project Athena or anything?
I mean, but they normally hit that mute button and they just mouth it at you, whereas I was just like, I'm not hitting mute. You can hear this.
Listen, every time somebody in Project Kronos or Athena mutes, I can still hear them. They're that loud, so it's okay. No, but I had a fantastic time today. I loved the approach to all of this. It was perhaps the most logical approach, which was just, no, we just fucking keep going. Don't stop. We were supposed to go east. You know?
Fuck the chainsaw. Fuck the chainsaw.
I really wanted a chainsaw, guys. I'm sorry.
Right.
That's okay. Like we said in private chat, like if we don't engage with anything, it's gonna be real boring. So we engaged with a couple of things that probably we wouldn't have done if it wasn't like it's a game, so it's fun when shit happens to us. But,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So absolutely. So the massive thanks to everybody in chat for being great. Mal, thank you for being the spirit in the sky. Catalyst, buddy, you've released the horde, and this is going to be real interesting. Also, we're going to see if group number 5 sees the flare. It was shot off in the valley, as the time is now 11 o'clock in the city of Garrett and the surrounding areas.
Now.
Yep. 2 flares have gone off. we'll see just how well they've done and how close behind you they are to be able to recognize that there is in fact massive danger ahead if they see both. We'll see, though. Excellent job, everyone. As for the channel here, Grimjack21502 on the Twitches and the Twitters, please follow me up because we have a lot of exciting things alluded to by Charlie. We have Invisible Sun that's starting 1 week from today as Grant Ellis takes a group of Madcap players, myself included, into the actuality. It's going to be very fun. I am super duper looking forward to it. We also have another new show that we had our Session 0 just last Wednesday. We have our episode 1 this Wednesday. It is Dragonlance, May Black Roses Bloom. And it is DM'd by Donathan Fry, and he has put his heart and soul into something that I put my heart and soul into, and I believe everybody else that plays it and knows Dragonlance or has read it, it holds a certain place in everyone's hearts. Please join us for that. It's going to be super fun. And it almost pains me, and I almost start to cry to talk about it, but Project Kronos and Project Athena will be starting back up. This is the final season of Project Athena. It is my greatest love in the pulp genre, the story that I wanted to tell for so many years. My cast is fantastic, as is the cast that you've just witnessed. We will be taking this bad boy home, and we will end 1933, the year in which that story takes place, before 2018 is out. So, everyone, hit that follow button if you haven't already. Please join us here whenever we go live so you can just hang with nice people. Take me out of the equation. Everyone else is great. Follow them. Here's everybody's stuff again. And Lindy, you're coming to the apocalypse next week when that power gets back on. Until then, everybody, take it easy. Have a fantastic day and weekend, and enjoy the apocalypse sometime.